Ladies and gentlemen, climate change is a global issue, and Pakistan is one of most affected countries in the world. So we need to talk about this. We need to talk, and we need to talk with the experts. We have experts today with us, and I would like to invite them. The first panelist, I'm going to leave Mr. Asif Shirazi. दूसरे पैनलिस्ट हैं जो कि इंटरनेशनल क्लाइमेट चेंज एंड डेवलपमेंट प्रोफेशनल हैं. ही इज रिनाउंड एक्सपर्ट इन क्लाइमेट एक्शन, क्लाइमेट फाइनेंस एंड DRM. प्लीज वेलकम मिस्टर बिलाल अनवर, CEO and DRMF. Where did you conceive this idea and how do you feel कि ये successful है और इसको कैसे improve किया जाए with your new initiatives?
Thank you very much. I think the idea wasn't as such unique, I must say that, because there's a long-term kind of learning behind it, which all professionals have learned in different ways, in different sectors. But the community engagement, especially in the case of disaster risk management, and that becomes critically important. Because of the remoteness of these areas, that's one first thing. And in many of those cases, actually, the practitioners and the professionals, they don't actually know the local conditions, and we can draw out the climate change trends, and we can actually go down to the granularity of what impact it's going to have at the local community level or some regional level. But I think it's a lot more than that. Which normally in many cases doesn't really come into the project design stages. And I think largely this was actually based on recognizing the knowledge gaps and the limitations between the organizations and the individuals and the practitioners which we might have. But that knowledge gap is at our level, it's not at the level of the local people. Indigenous knowledge, the people who are actually dealing with the local conditions for sometimes for hundreds of years. I think we have to rely, we have to capitalize, we have to build any kind of interventions on that, on the knowledge of the community. So for that, actually, the engagement of the community becomes extremely important. Or it was, I think, it was a kind of a luck and the combination of the luck and kind of approach and DRMF have actually evolved over the period, that we do come across and we join hands with many of our partners, implementing partners like Muslim Aids and Islamic Relief and many others, who have actually a lot more experience and expertise in working with the community. And that is their real strength actually. So it was a very kind of a natural choice for us to build and rely on them, and that's exactly what we did. And the benefits we have seen, I think the community leaders actually have spoken themselves, and I think I would just like to mention that I just indicated or hinted in my earlier remark as well. I think this is just really a flavor of the benefits, and there are a number of core benefits which are related to any kind of intervention, any kind of project which any entity actually implementing in those regions. Many times those core benefits are not documented, they don't really come into the surface, and which should be. And I'm sure that I'm confident that most of those benefits have not really been shared here. And we need to actually learn from that. Another one benefit is that just from our side and the RMF side, the number of the projects which you have implemented and the wonderful opportunity have working with the number of entities like Muslim Aids and many others, that actually gave us a lot of knowledge in terms of defining and recalibrating our own processes, our own procedures, as well as the working engagements with the communities, as well as with our government partners as well. Now, how one can document this? This is going to be somehow reflected in our strategies, in our processes, in our procedures, and in our engagements for the next phase of the projects and interventions which are going to come forward. So I think this is how the overall sector actually improves over the period of the time. And we're very happy that we've been able to make a very small, tiny, minuscule contribution into this area. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a kind of question in my mind. I'll come later that how you build the capacity of partners as well during the process. But
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, we're definitely cost effective. We are a fund, so the cost efficiency is the primary motive for us, and one of the reasons actually we are relying on the expertise and the network and the experience of all our partners. The one reason, of course, is which I already mentioned that they are more close to the communities, and the community that resilience actually that they are the only one who can actually ensure that. And the second component is exactly the cost efficiency, exactly the efficiency for the projects to be completed on time and in a cost efficient manner, and actually being able to realize all the benefits which we envisage at the early stage of it. We do realize, and this is the huge learning which we have done ourselves, that the one role which we should have taken a lot more robustly in our early period was building the capacity of our partners. Somehow we lagged behind in the first phase of our projects, and now we are actually scaling ourselves up on that. So a lot under the new business strategy, a lot is there. So a lot is already being rolled out, and even more is in the pipeline. I just kind of alluded earlier a little bit about the natural catastrophic risk model, which is now accessible to all our fund implementing partners. So it's a data center, it's an application, state of the art, cutting edge, and has the largest disaster risk related data and number of other data as well. So next time when you are designing a project, you do not need to design the project in dark, you do not need to implement and execute the project in a kind of an unknowing fashion without really knowing that how many beneficiaries are going to be touched upon and how the project is going to be implemented in terms of its core relationships and interlinkages. So this all can be done with a science and with a reasonable kind of accuracy in the data which we have. We are just about to launch the project preparation facility, the PPF, which again is part of our the new initiative, and that is going to be supporting our fund implementing partners, the national institutions across the country in terms of designing the projects and all the work which is required for at the pre-design stage. Now, what happens is, as Asif Saab in his comment, in his earlier remarks was saying that when you come up with a number of projects or a number of schemes, then you have to design some kind of a criteria that how to shortlist or how to select some of the schemes or some of the projects. Now, a lot of effort and a lot of cost actually goes into this piece of the work. In technical language, the finance people know it very well, and economists know it as well. It is called sunk cost. So once the project is realized or is not realized, the cost has really gone into it. And many cases, our fund implementing partners do not have the financial muscle to pay that cost. And so this is the cost which we and the RMF is actually taking on our side, and we'll be undertaking the evaluation studies, the feasibility studies, and a number of other kind of assessment, and coming up with the tools and instruments and a number of other kind of guidebooks and these kind of we can apply. So and similarly, I think the list is pretty long, and we're not doing this out of the charity. We're not a charity organization. We are a fund, but we definitely believe that this is going to be helping us. To our partners will basically help us and support us in the long run, and it helps the overall sector. So this is just a kind of a
thank you so much.